Hi crafty friends, it's Donna here from Donna is Playing Paper, and I have something for you today which is not a card. I'm a little bit of a planner fiend, but I can tend to spend a little bit too much time in my planner and also use it to get myself in a little bit of a pickle of too much to do. And so I'm trying something new for March and April that hopefully will keep me on track. My first step, of course, was to go shopping, and I've picked up a bunch of the new planner stamps from Paper Rose Studio, as well as some Bright Days Ahead die cuts and papers, and this is my diary. The papers are double-sided and you get 3 of each paper, so it doesn't matter that, for example, July and August are on the back of each other, because you get one that you can use for July, one that you can use for August, and a spare one that you can use wherever you like. These papers would also be great for memory keeping, and they come in a 12 by 12 pack as well. So anybody who uses the pockets for memory keeping, those would be exactly the right size. To begin with, I've sliced up the March sheet of paper, and then I'm just looking through the cut aparts to find a few that match the images on those, and then stamping up a few things to add to the pages. The diary I'm using this year has very thin pages, and all of the inks that I tried went through the pages, and so I'm going to cut out some separate little bits and stick them on. But the diary I used last year, which was a week to a page, had beautiful thick pages, and I could have done the stamping directly into my planner. I've sliced this little piece that says March right at the top of the word March so that I can stick that hanging out of my diary. So far it's been really hard to know where I am in the year, and this is going to help a lot. Next, I'm going to make a tip-in for my diary. I have a few things that I'd like to be visible no matter what the date. First, I'll cut the card to the right size, and I'm just marking with a pencil where I'm going to put washi tape later, because I'm a bomb for having a plan and then stamping somewhere that's going to be covered. I'm laying out the stamps that I want to use, and you'll notice that I'm cutting the calendar stamps. These have been printed all as one, and from my knowledge of how stamps are printed, I know why. If these had all been printed separately, then there would need to be a small bit of rubber around each stamp, and you couldn't fit as much onto the stamp. So by printing them as one and letting us cut them apart, we've got a bunch of different options that we can choose from. The stamps are all sized to work together, so once I've stamped my grid for my calendar, I can add the days of the week above and choose the correct numbers so that the number 1 starts on the correct day of the week. I've mixed and matched a lot of stamps here, so I'll leave links to everything I've used down below. I'm doing most of the stamping with just little stamping blocks, but for the big habit tracker, I'm going to use my Misty. The paper that I'm using is actually bigger than my Misty, but I can still stamp and just leave the extra hanging out the edge. When it comes to doing April, it's one of those funny months where the days are stretched out over 5 weeks, but there's another little grid that you can stamp on the bottom and line up so that it all fits in. I'll erase those lines now, they've served their purpose, and stick this into my planner with washi tape. I'm putting washi tape on both sides, although I'm only showing you one side, so that this will flip in both directions. Once it's in, I'll cut off the excess from the corners. I've included just a couple of pictures here so that you can see the types of colours that I chose to match with each of the months. I used strong double-sided tape for the tabs that were going to stick out of my planner, and regular glue stick for everything else. I filled in my habit tracker with several different habits. There's a lot of spaces on this habit tracker, so I have to admit I used a couple of habits that I already have. I don't think I could keep track of that many new habits. Please don't be alarmed when you see me write "eat the frog." There is no actual frog involved. It's a bit of a saying that we have in our family. I read once that if you have a list of things to do for the day and one of those things is eat the frog, then the best time to eat the frog is first, or you're going to spend the whole day stressing that you have to eat a frog. And so I've written that as my goal, as a reminder to myself to do the hard things first. I'm a big one for writing lists of things that I have to do, but my problem is often that my list is too long. So I was really excited to see these little stamps with just 3 points. And I've been using those to track the 3 main things that I want to do each day. It's been really helpful to me to get to the end of the day, and even if I haven't done everything on my list, I've done my main things. Sometimes anyway. I think these stamps are really quite versatile. This is how I've chosen to use them. I wonder what you would do. Until next time, stay safe. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.